Yeet.
6:05 on a Monday, y'all, and I don't think there's ever been a time that I've been more happy to be talking about pro wrestling. This is Clash of the Podcast. To my immediate left is the one and only Conrad Cushman, representing the great and profound show we like to call Everything Pro Wrestling. My name is Sean Hubbard. Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, doesn't really matter. The point is, for the past 18 months, I have been screaming from the mountaintops about one wrestler. And on Saturday night, that wrestler got the biggest accolade in World Wrestling Entertainment outside of winning a world championship. Jey Uso has won. Can't even stop smiling, bro. Jey Uso has won the Royal Rumble in miraculous fashion. It's still blowing my mind. And it's 2 days later, and I still haven't wrapped my head around it. So we have so much to talk about. I'm not going to let this opening monologue go any longer because we have, like I said, so much to talk about. So, Conrad, my brother, please do me a favor and drop that thing.
Well. Another familiar episode. This is our Royal Rumble review episode. So when people are looking at this one later on in the books and they're like, what? This isn't a Royal Rumble review. Oh, yes, it is. But this is also where WrestleMania 41 begins to take shape. I'm looking forward to this. Let's jump right into the comment section so we can get into today's episode. First person who jumped to the top with a $2 super chat, our good friend Joel, says, "Happy Monday. Curious for your thoughts on the Royal Rumble." You're in the right place for that, sir. Thank you for that. We appreciate you.
Joel, we appreciate you, man. Clown 1-3Z 4-Tweezy in the building. I can't stop smiling. Afternoon, everyone. I like to think of Royal Rumble as Christmas for wrestling fans, with all the surprises for the most part we got close. But Jay was like opening up that Nintendo in 1986. Oh man, I love that analogy.
Oh, very well said.
Quilly in the building. Quills, I appreciate you. He says, "What's up, Conrad and Sean in chat? Your boy Sir Quills is back at it to enjoy my two favorite bros, CJ and Hubs, for episode 127 of the best wrestling podcast out today, Clash of the By God podcast. I honestly don't know how to rate the Royal Rumble. It's between 6.5 and 7 for my taste for various reasons. I respect it, Quilly. I respect it. Oh my."
He goes through all of it. I'm sure we're gonna get through
too many. No problem. Too many. I got you. Too many untimely botches. I saw that. Yep.
Yeah, Terrell's in the house. He says, "Salute. This was the first time I ever fell asleep on the Royal Rumble. I fell asleep during the final minutes of the Men's Royal Rumble. I woke up with Charlotte talking to the press."
I hear that.
Ray Thompson. Happy Monday, guys. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I enjoyed watching the show with my brother and my kids.
There you go.
Always a good time watching with some folks that you care about. He said, "Royal Rumble gets an A from me. Great show. The ending had me happy and sad at the same time. I was sad my boy lost, but happy Jay and all his fans. It was a great moment." Touche. Actually, W said, "Yeet." What's good?
Oh my God.
Well, it's good. Doug says, "Another Monday, another clash. Chat's already fired up. Y'all know what it is. Conrad and Sean, chat, teach me." Sean is doing the dance for those who missed. If you're listening only on audio, we try to drop some gems for you, but you guys got to come over to the live side of things. Come over to the YouTube channels, all in the description, by the way. Our guy Vinny,
the only Vinny we like. Happy Monday. God bless you too, sir.
We appreciate you, Vinny. Jay Uso getting that push that fans wanted for Sammy and LA Knight to get. Oh, Sean, when we get to it, man, I'm gonna bring up some contrarian views because I've seen a lot of people say the LA Knight one, especially now.
No, I get it. Listen, you. I've been floating on cloud 9 for 40. Nobody can say nothing to bring me down. I'm good. Like I'm open to whatever anybody wants to talk about. It's cool.
Can't change it. Ray Thompson says they announced Zayn and Punk for tonight. I believe it's a chamber qualifier. Definitely feels like Seth is going to cost Punk the match. LOL to Toronto. Sammy will be in that chamber. We'll see. I don't know. WrestleMania. It's slim cutting time. We'll just say not a lot more opportunities. Guy Will Gamble says, "Europe, happy Monday, everybody." Yeet.
It's just me, Oos.
I'm gonna pass this next one over to my guy
M. Leezy Fo Sheezy. Hello, good evening, everyone. Hope you all had a great weekend. And let's kick the week off right with the two aces of our pro wrestling community. Yeet!
I love it, Matt. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for all the retweets and everything else. I did just tag people in the X post today. If you guys don't want that, just send me a message. Sean, you have no choice. But everyone else, if you don't like that, let me know. Let me know. Sean also put up a wonderful post way before I did, but we kind of tag team this and we try not to annoy you with our stuff, but we also want you to know it's there.
Try not to beat people in the head. Exactly.
I'm just looking here. It was a great day for Jay Uso fans. Horrible day to be a Dallas Mavericks fan.
Oh my.
Let me see who else is in here real quick. We're going to touch on that in the beginning too. Elijah, yes, I did see that. The former, what was his name, who played the guitar in WWE? He keeps changing his name now.
Talking about what he was back in WWE?
Yeah.
I think his name was Elias.
Now he's Elijah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, him being in The Righteous, I think it's a wonderful touch with the song with the guitar and the theme for that.
Right.
I really like that he's being added to that group. So very interesting. Now, is he in Ring of Honor? Is this just for the indies? Remains to be seen. Charlotte in the Bank strikes again. You ain't lying.
Yeah, we got to talk about that too.
Cactus in the house from XG Dub. Appreciate you, Cac.
What up, though? What up,
all
though?
Love. Deanna still here. Actually, Dub said, take your victory lap. Rob said, on time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Doing our best here. I'm looking. Yo, shout out to my man, Elite Easy E, man. He's putting the Hubs stuff in there automatically. You know, he's a wild boy, but love him. Love him. Joe Compton in the house saying, it's just me, Oos. I appreciate it. Mr. How do I want to say this? Slikey?
Slikey.
Mr. Slikey. CM Punk should have won that. Nobody could change my mind. I would love to hear your opinion and why you think that way. We'll be bringing it up. McKinney. I'll let you go. Get that one.
Absolutely. The very inspirational McKinney. He says, yo, I'm here to talk wrestling with the Fire Live chat and the fantastic young OGs of podcast, Clash of the Podcast, and let you all know you're never too old to set another goal or dream a new dream. Amen, brother. Thank you.
Appreciate you, McKinney. Wise words always.
LFG.
Joe Compton said, yeet, I'm so happy for Jay Uso. He truly deserves the win. It's so, the contrast between people is crazy. Like, I feel like this is like social media with some of the things I'm reading even in the chat right now. Yeah. T-Ferg said, what up, fellas? Hubs has to admit Hunter is the greatest booker ever.
T-Ferg, I appreciate you. Hunter got this one right.
Old Lady Sky, what's good? Says, good evening. Appreciate you for joining us. Thank you so much. Happy to have you here. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on some of this.
Welcome.
I'm looking. It was Elias. Thank you, everyone. The Royal Rumble. Wait, the Rumble of Royal was a wonderful pay-per-view, McKinney. I'd give it an 8.85. The tag match was disappointing, and Nikki Bella was in there too long for my taste. A few people were missing from my Rumble card, but good show. Hey,
indeed.
Jocelyn said at the ER with the Mister. This one time for Hubs though. Yeet.
Well, thank you, Jocelyn. You showed me love on that night as well. ER with the Mister. Please give our well wish. I mean, it sounds to me ER is never good, so praying for you guys.
Yeah, all hope for the best, Jocelyn. I hope your city also got a lot of money for the event because you're owed 2 more, I still believe, for pro wrestling. But I hope the Mister is recovering. Give him our best and a shout out from us.
Yes, please.
Malik Murray's in the house. What's good, Malik? He said, "Yo, what's up, fellas?" Yeet. Malik, appreciate you. And by the way, I want to say this on behalf of me and Sean. There is no beef with the No Name Wrestling Podcast, for the record. I know someone brought that up. I just want to clarify this. Malik, Narcolepsy Boy 94, our dog. Check them out. Check out their crew when they talk wrestling over there.
Where's it even coming from, bro?
I don't know. I just thought someone was trying to start it up, but it's all love, man. I love watching those guys' content. They come in over here sometimes too. It's all love, man. James from the Pro Wrestler Shoe said, "What was bigger, Jay winning or the Luca AD trade?" What's up, fellas?
Well, I mean, shout out to James. I mean, as much as I love Jay Uso and the story, I mean, the Luca AD trade was monumental.
I don't know. I didn't see anyone calling either of those. So.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Let me see here. I'm just looking to see if we've missed it. He appreciates it. No problem, Jocelyn. No problem. BJ in the house. Sorry for the late arrival. Just got done at the gym. I feel it. Me too. Earlier though, for me. Hope y'all are doing well. Congrats to Hubs again.
BJ, I appreciate it. BJ hit me up on Twitter that night too. Like everybody was remembering me on that night. I appreciate that.
Dude, you're the Jay Uso like top dog representing it here.
Yeah.
And then we'll end with this one here. From Mr. Slikey says, Jay deserves it, and I'm not mad, but there were a lot of stories being told in the Rumble. Bloodline, Cody versus Punk, Cena. I guess with all the megastars of story, it made Jay's win underwhelming. Okay. Let me see. Malik, your videos have been popping up on my shorts. Oh, you're talking. That's a different Malik. Malik Murray is different than the Malik you're thinking of. But yeah, man, make sure you tell him what's up, man. Tell him you like his vids, man. Let's get into. Well, first, let's talk this basketball trade. You know, me and Sean always got to do a little bit of sports talk here in the beginning. So what? Let's talk about this Luka AD trade. What do you think of it in reality?
I think Laker Nation should be a little bit more happy than what they are. I understand it's a little bit. I mean, the only team or only fan base that should be angry right now are the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks should be devastated right now. I don't think this is a bad trade for Los Angeles. I think Los Angeles has just pretty much found the heir apparent to LeBron James. I don't care that LeBron James is 40 and looks 20. I don't care. Well, he doesn't look 20, but has a game like he's 20. I don't care if LeBron James spends over $2 million, real talk, on his body for his recovery and his training methods. LeBron James is 40 years old. LeBron James has 1 or 2 years left in this league. Father Time is undefeated, okay? It just doesn't happen. You're not going to continue being LeBron James forever. So what the Lakers have done, the Lakers have went out and they've gotten a 25-year-old superstar, a 25-year-old who I consider to be a top 5 player in this league. He's not that great on defense, but he does everything else on a monumentally successful level. Now, that's from the LA Lakers standpoint. Take a deep breath. The Lakers are in a better position than they were 2 days ago. I don't know what the heck the Dallas Mavericks were thinking.
Well,
they done lost their minds. On the Dallas side, this is the stupidest trade I've ever seen.
Maybe they didn't want to pay that Supermax money.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, but I don't understand why not. I mean, that we have LA. Take a deep breath because LA is upset too. Take a deep breath. This is a good thing. I don't know what Dallas is thinking.
Some said that they felt like David Stern's doing this, laughing somewhere wherever he is. Like, I got him. But yeah, I don't know, man.
I listen. I'm gonna say it one more time. LA, Laker Nation, take a deep breath. This is a good thing. You got the guy who's going to take over for LeBron when LeBron retires. Dallas, I have no words of solace or consolation for you guys because I don't understand. you can't say that you don't want to pay him max money. You're right about the reports you heard, Conrad. I'm talking about Dallas brass. You can't say you don't want to pay him max money because he's a max player. If there ever was a max player, it'd be Luka Doncic. That's it. I mean, he's the pure definition of a super max player. So it could. I mean, if it's the money, you're an idiot. I mean, he's out of shape. Okay, whatever. Not really. He's not out of shape, and he's still killing it. This guy, he's an MVP candidate every year. And he's 25 years old. He hasn't even reached his prime yet. So I'm going to say it one more time, and I'm going to let you take it, Conrad. Laker Nation, take a deep breath. I know you're shocked right now, but this is a good thing. Dallas Maverick fans, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm taking the wait and see approach. Like I saw someone said, do the Mavs know something we don't know? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with this. I think that LeBron's closer to getting something to happen. And honestly, LeBron had to call this move, right? Like he had to be like,
LeBron's a de facto GM, so I don't know what he's thinking either.
I know, but wasn't he trying to act surprised? Like
I mean, him acting surprised is like me acting easygoing when Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. Everybody knows that LeBron has something to do with every move the Lakers make.
Yes, and I know there was
look at his non-basketball playing son.
Yeah, and I know that there was another trade with like Sacramento, Chicago with Zach LaVine. There was some 3-way dance elimination match trade that they did that ended up trying to make all that work out. We'll see how that goes too. Chicago's gonna have to rebuild again, is what it looks like to me. But we're not here to talk NBA. I could talk NBA all day though with you guys. If you didn't know, I'm a huge basketball fan as well. But we're here to talk about the land of the lay, the Royal of the Rumble. But before we get into that, I want to acknowledge a few other things. I promise we're going to get into this though. First, it's Black History Month, so don't come in here acting all foolish. I just have to let some people know, especially those outsiders. So put them in their place if they start acting foolish. Happy Black History Month to all my fellow Black wrestling fans, all right? Show some love, show some respect to those in the industry. I just had to say that first and foremost, sending them love. JD McDonough last week during Raw. Me and Sean didn't talk about this until after it happened, and I missed the original. A friend called me and said, you have to go back to see what happened to JD McDonough. It was crazy. Well, he did a moonsault. I didn't want to post a picture of it because it's kind of nasty, and I'm sure he doesn't want to see it again. Does a moonsault, basically lands back first and neck on the table, and it whips back, and you think he's hurt, and what happened to him? He collapsed after the match. They let him finish the match, which I thought was insane. Like they should have called it off or just told Dom finish it 2-on-1, whatever. But he says, first off, thanks everyone for the messages and the concern. I'm good. I've got a couple broken ribs and a punctured lung, so I'm going to be out for a couple months. All things considered, it could have been a lot worse. So I'm grateful for that. See you in a bit. Sean, your thoughts on this?
JD McDonough, when he comes back, should come back to a hero's welcome. You know, that brother, can I call a spade a spade? That brother could have been paralyzed, killed, anything. Like that was a monumental accident that took place that day. He could have literally broken his neck. So
that's a fact. No,
so,
that's
yeah.
a fact.
So the fact that and I'm saying only with a great, I don't mean it any other way, and I'm sure the chat doesn't need this when I say only. The fact that he only had broken ribs and a punctured lung is a blessing because that brother could have not walked ever again. So if he comes back to pro wrestling, which I think he should definitely think about, think long and hard, make sure you're able to come back, make sure you're cleared, make sure there's no issues. But if and when JD McDonough is going to return to a hero's welcome because he deserves it. I mean, he finished the match. I mean, come on, man. He finished the match. I mean, God bless him. Get well soon. That was ugly. That was very ugly. You hate to see that.
Absolutely. Like it was rough to watch, man. Absolutely terrible. I'm seeing the chat. Thank you everyone who was posting the happy Black History Month, man. Appreciate you guys for saying that. But yeah. So prayers up to JD. He obviously did not compete afterwards for that. let's get into this show for the Royal Rumble, man. This show was huge for the city of Indianapolis. Like, they had a big show on their hands. I don't know what the final attendance figure was because someone said 70 plus later, but then it showed a different number underneath them and they quickly removed that.
65 and they took it off the screen. It was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. Comps, whatever. The building was full. The people look like they had fun. They look like they enjoyed the show. I can't really be too upset with it. Other than that, Sean, let's get right into it, man. Stephanie McMahon came out in the beginning. Yo, I told Rob I'm not going to try to crash out about this, but I got to say something.
So ridiculous.
Does she work for this company or not? Like, what are these games that we're playing? Oh, and you know what? We might as well address the elephant in the room right now.
Please,
right?
Please.
We know about the legalities
there
that went
you
on
go.
and the amended lawsuit from Janelle Grant. We know about it. We're not going to speak about it in fullest extent because, number one, we don't know if a judge is going to accept the amended. She turned it in on Friday, and another Royal Rumble affected by this controversy for this entire company and everybody in it. So keep these things in mind when we're talking about this. It is not some minor thing. Oh, it doesn't matter. I implore all of you to go read through it. Go check out BJ Bethel, who's covering it, Sam Shipman, whoever. Find someone that you like in wrestling media, and if you want to read about what's going on with it, there are people who have broken it down for you. You don't have to read the lawsuit yourself, but this stuff exists, and there are some questions that I think people need to be asking. None of them got asked this night. I'm not here to dump on wrestling media for it. It's whatever. I'm not in the room. I can't ask the questions. I've tried to write in questions before. Guess what? They get skipped over. I'm pretty sure when you can see them, it's easy to pick which ones you want to answer. I'll leave it at that, and I'll defer to Sean, and then we're going to move on into the show. But
if I never see Stephanie McMahon on my television again, it'll be too soon. I'm done.
Yeah, so she's got some new reality show coming out, and I question the motives of some of the other parts of this. Triple H was...
There's a slimy element to her. It's like I can't put my finger on it, but it just resonates like sneakiness and I don't know. It's just I can't put my finger on it. There's just something about that lady that I just don't like, and it's not to be nasty or mean or anything. It's just there's a level of weirdness that comes when she's on my TV screen. You know what I mean? Like it's just a level of weirdness.
You know the connectivity that this family has.
Right.
Go back to the 90s with the whole Zahorian trial. If you look up some of the things that have been published about that, I've read it, you've read it. This family knew stuff before it hit, before other people knew. They are well connected. Don't think that certain things just happened by mistake on these days for both of them. New show announced. This was announced. I'm just saying, maybe Triple H didn't know about this. I'm not saying he did for sure, but that Stephanie had to have known. She said she didn't know either. Okay, you just happened to be there at the place you don't work at that time.
Right. And I want to say something too, because I feel like it's important to go on the record and say certain things. I was a massive Stephanie McMahon fan in the 2000s. And I really enjoyed her character. I thought it evolved very well. Do me a favor, just take that off the screen for me, bro. I appreciate how wonderful a producer you are. Look, I don't know Stephanie McMahon. I don't know the McMahons personally. And I'm not going to ever talk bad about someone's family. And chat, if you feel me, you feel me. If you don't, you don't. Conrad, if you feel me, you feel me. You don't, you don't. There's just something about her that really reminds me of you know who, you know? I don't get that energy when I see Shane. Like when Shane comes out, I just don't feel, and who knows, maybe Shane is worse. I don't know. I have no proof to what I'm saying. I'm just simply saying that the energy I feel, and this is real life, y'all. This has nothing to do with wrestling. The energy I feel when she's on my screen compared to her brother, it just feels different. It seems like, and it feels
Probably. I mean, because you knew she stayed around the whole time. And like I said, we have theories on things that have happened. I'm not going to get into any of those right now.
Yeah, I'm not throwing any dispersions on anybody, Conrad. I'm just telling you that when I see Stephanie McMahon, something inside my stomach starts to turn a little bit. And when I see Shane, I just don't feel that way about Shane. It just doesn't come across like Shane is a bad person. And maybe Stephanie's not a bad person. I don't know. I just collusion and inclusion just resonates with me when I see her on my screen.
Yeah. And I'll put a pin in that. I'll leave it alone. Stephanie came out. She made an announcement. Triple H. I want to touch on this real quick because me and Sean have appeared on other podcasts. One that I just mentioned before, and I'm sure people probably thought we were humongous Triple H haters for it. I'm going to say this: he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He deserves to be a top-level Hall of Famer based on the career he's had. You could look at the matches. We can get into the Royal Rumble 2000. We can get into the matches with him and Jericho and Who We Shall Not Speak Of. He's put on a lot of great matches. He's in one of the best groups of all time in WWE history, D-Generation X. He was in The Click. That was the tap for you look to your blood, you look to the click. He was in all of that stuff. He's been in the mix. He's been in backstage politics since 1997. Me and Sean have always tried to be fair with him. You take the good with the bad, but I'm going to say congratulations to Triple H on getting in the Hall of Fame. I hope he gets to enjoy it and actually say what he wants in the speech because he's got a big show to plan as well. Not easy for him, but I just wanted to give him his props, and I'll leave it at that for now.
I respect Paul Triple H Levesque as a professional wrestler. That's it.
Yeah. What I'm saying is he had to do the work, man. He had to. There's no way like falling on thumbtacks was not his cup of tea. He did it still, though. You know what I mean? I'm not giving him all that. If you want to talk about what me and Sean argued about with other people, where is he top 10? I didn't say that. You know what I mean? That was our point, but I'm not gonna say the man hasn't done anything either.
Paul Triple H Levesque is not a top 10 performer in WWE history. Anybody who says otherwise is just flat out wrong. There are just too many names, too many blockbuster names that ring out before we get to number 10. Okay, can I go down the list? I want to go down the list. Can I take it? Can I take 5? And there's no particular order. Flair, Hogan, Savage, Austin, Rock, Jericho, Angle. The list goes on. And on HBK, Undertaker. Like it's not even close. I mean, he's a top 20 guy, and he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and that's what that's what we did say too on that level when it comes to it. Yeah, Cena. Yeah. There's a lot.
Cena, I'm sorry, guy. Well, thank you, guys. Cena, clearly. Roman Reigns.
He was never the guy. Let's be 100% honest about it. He was never the guy. He was the guy that worked with the guy, and that's fine. You know what I mean? That's just the spot some people will have. And I know people are talking about his backstage politics. Those are absolutely also awful, horrible, and people. Wrestlers are going to protect their spot. It goes back to the environment. Sean knows what I'm going to say. You fostered an environment where people were like, "That's what I got to do." Then that's what I got to do.
Yep.
So we're going to move on from this. Stephanie opened up the show. Let's talk this women's Royal Rumble match. Sean, your early thoughts of what they did here.
I mean, it was predictable. I mean, you ask Conrad Cushman, predictable is not always a bad thing. You ask Paul Triple H Levesque, predictability is not always a bad thing. I thought the match was pretty good. I could do without Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella has always been the most controversial to me Hall of Famer. She's not a Hall of Famer. But I love that Alexa Bliss came back. That's fantastic. God, you're very good, Conrad.
Humongous pop for Alexa Bliss.
And she deserves it. She deserves it. That was very unexpected. No AJ.
The camera was shaking. This isn't unexpected. Yeah. It was shaking for her. Like I was like, whoa.
No AJ Lee, no Becky Lynch, but that's fine. The surprise of Alexa Bliss coming out made it very worthwhile. Again, Nikki Bella could do without. I'm just not a fan. It is what it is. I thought that Naomi and Bianca did a fantastic job as usual. And let's talk about the elephant in the room, to take a phrase away from Conrad Cushman. Trish did amazing, Dougie. I see you as well. Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble. It's just one of those things. It's like, I don't know. I mean, is Charlotte Flair an all-time great? Yes. Is Charlotte Flair a first ballot Hall of Famer? Yes. Did you have to have her? I mean, I don't like the premise of somebody coming back after injury and winning the Royal Rumble. I didn't like it when Ronda Rousey did it. I don't like it now that Charlotte Flair has done it. I'm not hating. I'm not throwing shade. I mean, Charlotte Flair is an all-time great, and we all do want to see Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte at WrestleMania, but I just don't know, man. I just don't know. But all in all, I think it was a very good outing for the ladies. I think they represented, and I'm looking forward to what they do in the future.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with what was said there for the show. I see people talk about Trish in the chat. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Trish Stratus changed your boy. I'll say that, man. All I had to hear was that theme back in the day. Womp womp. Mom, get out. I need to be alone.
I will say this though. I reached out to Conrad when I saw Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair has no
No, we're not doing this. We're not doing. Put that hand down too. Visualization. Put that hand down right now. Look at me. We're not doing that.
I'll leave it. Out of respect for my tag team partner Conrad, I will leave it alone. It's just baffling. Like, it's just nothingness.
Y'all already know. Cut it out right now.
It was just like, I was so upset. I was like, what is going on here? All right, let's move on.
I want to give a shout out to Tokyo. I didn't give him one earlier, and I did see our homeboy Delay Gratz pop up in here. Thank you guys, man. If you guys haven't, please hit that like button. Double check to see if you've hit that like button. I know I forget sometimes too. Make sure you do that for us. Helps more people see the video, gets it out there. We appreciate all of you. Delay Gratz said, like the Royal Rumble, actually enjoyed the women's Rumble more than the men's. Alexa Bliss, Jordan Grace. Who would have thunk it? She signed. The sisters surrounding Chelsea Green. Like they should have surrounding Chelsea Green. I'm gonna leave that part out, but I see it though. Got to be in the live chat to see some of these. And Nia going beast. I did not like the little dirt sheet comment that they made with the Alexa Bliss coming out. I thought all the dirt sheet said, because here's what you do when you do that. The ones that you like, you've lumped in with the ones that you don't like. And you're saying everything that they say is wrong. And people who work for, we'll call them dirt sheets, whatever you want to call them, wrestling news sites, WWE is feeding you guys bad information on purpose. They're playing you.
Yep.
Please stop letting them do this. This is why they control the narrative. This goes back to the other thing I was talking about. Don't read dirt sheets. Why would they say something like that? Why wouldn't they want you to see what's on there?
Exactly.
Does it ruin wrestling? This is a yin and a yang thing. Yeah, I try to avoid it because I don't want to be spoiled for wrestling. But do I also know that there's some stories on there that may not fit the narrative that someone else wants you to think for certain things? Just saying, in a business that's predicated on we keep everything secret, they don't want those secrets to get out. Sometimes.
Yeah, that's a fact. I agree with you, Conrad. It's very manipulative.
I'm just putting it out there. I'm going back to this women's Rumble. I want to show you the spot where I think the match kind of where I felt a big shift right here. When they had like 6 people on the apron and they all went out and got eliminated. I did not like this. I thought that I
told you before, I'm not a fan of Nia Jax.
It's not even Nia's fault. It's whoever designed this spot. Like, you got someone pulling a ponytail. You got why were all of you on the apron?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not one person realized like I should probably get in. This is the part of the match though where I was like, it felt. Do you remember when Kane and Big Show eliminated like Bray Wyatt and
I know
remind
exactly
me of who else was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just dumped him over the top like nothing. And I was like, you just eliminated half the field and there were great people still in that field. Why did you eliminate them like that?
Not well done. I agree.
So to me, that definitely like sucked the air out of the match a little bit. But that's just me talking. I don't know. Maybe people forget.
You're not wrong. Big shout out to Jada Parker too. Lord have mercy.
Right. Jocelyn said, I forgot. I have on your shirt, Hubs. The nurse went to Dynamite here. Felt good talking a little wrestling with someone.
Hey, Jocelyn, you and your husband, I appreciate you guys, man. Y'all are so supportive.
Yeah. Mr. Slikey says, now I feel stupid that I thought AJ Lee was going to be 30. Do not feel stupid, sir. We all predicted that with Pro Wrestling Shoot, man. They're going to be live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you check them out. Talk a little WWE 2K25. But we said it too on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. We had a special edition of Clash. We did a little preview and predictions, and we were in there laughing it up, yucking it up, talking about let's light it up, ready to go crazy. It didn't happen. Io or Bianca should have won. As soon as I heard Io come out at 1, I knew it was cooked, bro.
Malik, Jada Parker is a problem. Yo, my girl likes Jada Parker, bro. My fiance was like, yo, that girl is serious. Like, you know what it is, though? You know what it is? Like, obviously, there's been very attractive women in the world of wrestling. I'm not trying to objectify women. I got respect for women. But you know what I love? It's a different type of woman that's starting to make their way to the front stage. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not all like fitness models and, you know what I'm saying? I'm being real serious right now. It's not all, it's like the around the way girl that you would fall in love with in high school is now on WWE. I love that.
Love is real. That's all I'm gonna say. I see some people in the chat love a lot of things right now.
So Jada Parker's I'm a very faithful man. I love my girl, but Jada Parker's a problem.
Miss Parker. It's
always a Miss Parker, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Charlotte got the pyro, the intro, slow walk to the ring. Everyone knew tonight she was a winner. I'm telling you, like, I just had that feeling too. That the only thing that would have stopped me was what Sean said on his show, the idea of Becky coming out. Maybe then I would have been like, maybe they'll do that. Just because even with Bianca, you know what she's into right now. Like that storyline is going to be her next couple months. So. Yeah, unbelievable. Malik Murray says, I feel like if Charlotte would not win so many titles, I feel like she would not be hated and pushed down the throats, in my opinion. Someone's offering them to her, though. You going to say no to that? You going to say no if they're like, you want the belt? More money? No, I'm taking it. Taking it.
Right.
Delay Grants, appreciate you. Said that I was speaking facts. WWE feeds false stories, AEW stories. It's the job of their PR and media team. Yeah. That is true. I'm looking here. Logan James, welcome. What was more shocking? You're late, brother. You're late. We just discussed that Luka Doncic trade too in the beginning of the show. Rewind that back if you want to hear that. But definitely the Luka trade. Yeah. Sean said the exact same thing. Let's go here to Vinny. Vinny says AJ ain't coming back. If she wanted to, she would get over it. Yeah, I mean, if she don't want to wrestle, she don't want to wrestle. That's what it is. Cody Owens' favorite ladder match since HBK in 2009. Let's go.
I like it.
Yeah, Charlotte walked to the ring slower than two Randy or
or an Undertaker WrestleMania entrance.
Yeah, and shout out to Roxanne Perez, man. Roxanne Perez got a lot of the time. I thought Nia played the monster role well for what she came in and did. They might have gave her a little too much, but she ended up getting dumped. And Roxanne her elimination was awkward too. Like she would look like she was trying to get in the ring, then she just stopped. And I'm like, get in the ring. Get a big boot. And off she went. So they tried to give her a moment.
You got to do a better job of that. I'll tell you, look at her, bro. Like, it's just not okay.
I mean, I respect that's in shape, brother.
She's in shape, but it's just like, you know what? There was a time Charlotte's not an ugly person. I'm not talking about her being ugly, unattractive. That's not where this is going. Charlotte seems like she's really like Charlotte 10 years ago looked healthy to me. This seems like, and it's something that Ronda Rousey talked about. I know none of us really like Ronda Rousey, but it's something Ronda Rousey, it seems like Charlotte's trying to keep up with the Joneses is with her physique. Like, Charlotte doesn't have to do all that. Charlotte just needs to. Does that make any? Maybe I'm not making sense. It's just, I don't know. Like, to me, Charlotte comes across as like one of these early 2000s Tori Wilson kind of females. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I think the era has changed. Obviously, WWE doesn't think so. They're still hitching their wagon to people like her. But it's like, I'm trying to say, I'm not disrespecting her. I'm saying that Charlotte Flair doesn't need to have a 12-pack to be in shape. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I mean, she's a former physical trainer too.
Okay.
For people.
Okay.
So I think she just values that.
She didn't look like that even before she got injured. She didn't look like she looked on Saturday.
I think she's just very determined. I think towards the end of her last run, she looked very in wrestling, you can see when someone needs a break. Mm-hmm. You can see it after a while. I know that, like, when you're a top performer, they're like, well, we need you again. We need you again. We need you again. And it doesn't stop until, like, an injury or something happens. But and that's just the nature of the nasty business that is pro wrestling that we love. Right. Keep that stuff in mind when we talk about these people. But Charlotte looked like she needed a break. She took that injury, and then she came back, and she was just focused. Like, I want to be – like, I saw her training with the Guns. The Guns are trying to come back. Apparently there was an injury with them, and she was training with them, and they were going in like, let's bring it. It was at full speed. Like what I'm saying, like, let's go, get up. And kudos to them. Charlotte wins. Not the surprise of the night. I'll say that to everybody.
No surprise there.
Moving on to the next match. And I know I didn't say anything about Nikki Bella. Moving on to the next match. This one let me down. We talked about this.
Told you.
Is it indicative on the performance though, Sean, the letdown, or is it because of the tag division state currently in WWE?
That's the latter. The tag division is not where it should be, and it doesn't bring about the reaction that you would want from the fans for a tag team championship match. It wasn't on that par. And it's a shame because they're two of the greatest tag teams of all time. But WWE fans, I don't think, are equipped to be excited about tag team wrestling in 2025 because of the way it's been presented previously. Has WWE presented the tag team division in a favorable manner? Not really. So it was almost shocking when you heard that they were going to be on the Royal Rumble card. It was like, really? Like, you mean like pre-show? No, like the actual card? Really? That's how off the wall and how almost irrelevant the tag team championship division has been over the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's a problem. I thought they were going
to. It's to the point now, Conrad, to steal something from you. It's to the point now where unless there's a ladder and 3 teams or 4 teams in the ring, nobody cares.
You had something here, though, and maybe timing is a factor, too, because we've seen DIY do it before in these 2 out of 3. Go back to DIY versus FTR. You've seen Motor City Machine Guns do it time and time again. Beer Money. Name a tag team from anywhere. In TNA, you could say wherever. They've done it. Like, these guys know how to wrestle. I just think it could have been time. It could have been a lot of stuff, man. And this match, they also did some things that I was like, it's definitely a choice what you did here. And I'm just pulling up some of the highlights from the match. But in the end, the Street Profits put a beat down. They cost the Machine Guns the tag titles and helped DIY win, but then they beat DIY down. So what are we doing here with the Street Profits? By the way, another time they lied because the dirt sheets were saying that Angela Dawkins was on crutches and hurt, and it was a play for this match. So, yeah, like, the Street Profits need to be back in the mix if they're going to do something with these guys, but I don't know. Is it too little too late? You spent a whole year. You didn't give the tag teams a match on PLEs with the 5-match card, which me and Sean have told you, it's a problem a little bit. But
yes, it is.
But I didn't hate the match. I think Clown said it best. I think it needed more than 14 minutes for a 2 out of 3 falls match to build investment and give people time. And you had it. You have so many ad breaks in between. That's one of the hardest things, in my opinion.
Yeah, agreed. That's unfortunate because that tag team division was one of my favorite divisions years back.
I'm looking here. Honestly, I didn't even watch the tag match. I switched over to Collision and watched Swerve and Ricochet's promo battle, which I thought was good.
It's crazy because without the Usos and without the New Day, even though the New Day is back, there is a tremendous void. I mean, no disrespect to the Viking Raiders. They are not it. DIY, as they're currently being presented, are not it.
I think the Raiders are cooked after this, too. I felt that last week. I was watching them, and I'm like, I think this is their last chance at a major tag title ring. Because after this, I think they're going to be done.
Yeah, and it's a shame because they're tremendous athletes, but the Usos have set such a standard, and WWE did not do their due diligence while the Bloodline had the tag team titles to build up other tag teams that were viable challengers. The Brawling Brutes, they were never in the mix. Nobody ever believed in them.
Yeah, you got to do better, too, when you get if Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate are going to remain a tag team, because that's going to defend on where Bate winds up, too, in my opinion. What are you going to do now?
Most definitely.
We got some questions coming in about this, too. Malik Murray says, why are AEW and WWE's tag divisions not good right now?
Well, it's because of what I just said. I think it's unfortunate, but I think when the Bloodline were ruling the tag team division, the Usos specifically, WWE got so comfortable because the Usos were so freaking good that they got comfortable with that and did not do their due diligence in rising up other tag teams. I think when I can't knock them for not running back New Day again and again and again with the Usos, because they did that to the fullest extent. You can't knock WWE for that. But you have to go out of your way to really build up a tag team to make them be something that you can watch and not be bored by. That tag team title match at the Royal Rumble, the crowd wasn't even responding to the moves.
Oh yeah, you could hear a pin drop at certain points.
It was really hard to watch, and it wasn't like DIY and
Motor City
Machine Guns were not working hard. They were.
Yeah.
But we're so accustomed to the tag team division being secondary that it was almost like a filler match.
Or if you get a tag match, it's Cody and Roman versus, you know what I mean? It's main event players.
Right.
And if you presented your tag division like that, it could possibly change things. I'm going to go back to what Delay Gratz had mentioned. Collision. You had FTR and the Death Riders going one-on-one. Death Riders, the world champion, and Wheeler Yuta going up against FTR. FTR beat them. I love that a tag team beat two guys who were together, but FTR has been the tag team longer. I always felt that should happen in tag matches because that's your specialty.
Yes,
now, in AEW, I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem is you can't keep going back to the Young Bucks, FTR, and the Acclaim. You couldn't keep going back to those three teams. And people are like, okay, great for these three teams, but what else you got? Mm-hmm. And guess what? Those other people are left out. You lost the Lucha Bros. You lost this. You lost that. You have a trios division that you have to also keep afloat. And that's a problem too. That's hurting it too, in my opinion. So you got to figure out how to get balance and rebuild that division and create some interesting stories around it. How do you do that? It's up to you. You got to give it time, but then you can't take time away from the women's division. You can't take time away from any secondary championships. In the main event, everybody wants screen time. So someone's going to suffer. Someone's going to be seen as the bathroom break because that's what we do as wrestling fans. And Malik also asked, what is the peak of WWE tag team division? I don't know. I don't know if you mean of today, but peak tag team wrestling to me is in the 80s. You're not going to beat that.
There's never going to be anything to combat the 80s and 90s in the tag team division. It was too good on both sides, whether you're talking about the Hearts and Demolition and the Disasters and all these other teams on the Money Inc. On that side, if you're talking about the Horsemen and the Fabulous Freebirds and Doom and things like that, the tag team division in the 80s and 90s was unmatched.
Sting and Luger. Sting and Muda just randomly teaming up against the Steiners in Japan. Like, there's so many great things that you can go back and look at.
I think you stumbled on something, Conrad, and I don't want it to get lost in translation. I want to really bring this to the forefront, what you just said. WWE must start thinking about breaking up these tag teams. Unfortunately, if the Garzas are not working, the Los Lotharios or whatever, if LWO is not working, if Pretty Deadly, I think Pretty Deadly has some potential, but if they're not working, you have to start thinking about doing what you talked about, Conrad, which is bringing big stars together and putting the titles on them. You know, people were kind of confused by it, but Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes as the tag team champions was pretty good. It was pretty good, at least for viewing purposes. You know what I'm trying to say? You have to look, if you have to put Roman Reigns together with somebody and have them win the tag team, and have them win the tag team titles, do it. You have to do what you have to do to make those titles right, because both tag team titles are irrelevant right now. Let's call a spade a spade. Both tag team titles are irrelevant right now, and there's only one way that it's going to get relevant again: if you put the Usos back together and have them face the New Day in a series of matches, which is what we've already seen before. I mean, the most dominant women's tag team champions in the whole era of the titles has been Jade and Bianca. They're two main event world championship singles wrestlers that they brought together. I'm tired. I'm going to say this and we can move on. I'm tired of seeing Los Lotharios run into the Viking Raiders backstage and then Nick Aldis saying, well, if you guys can't settle it back here, maybe you'll settle it out there tonight. Like, that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. I need the titles to be put on people that mean something. Unfortunately, the Lotharios are not hitting. LWO is not hitting. Like, honestly, The Miz and R-Truth, I love R-Truth. They were not hitting. The tag division is screwed, bro.
Yeah, you're going to have to make it feel important. Them Saturday night's main event with the tag titles one time. Let them know, like, no, this is going to get some time. We're going to do something with it. But we digress. The tag division, it needs some work. I wasn't mad at the teams at this. I'm kind of just like, we got to get this focused and back on track so people will be ready to believe. Ladder match was up next. 2 world championships, one from my childhood and one from the modern day. Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens. This was a brutal ladder match, I thought. I thought it was a very, like, they took a lot of spots where it was like, oh, goodness. But that's Kevin Owens. That's his MO.
Kevin Owens is absolutely phenomenal. And I've coined the term that I premiered or debuted in a text message conversation with Conrad Bartholomew Cushman. That
is not my middle name if there's ever trivia.
I'm sorry. Conrad Mamasia Cushman. Look, at the end of the day, all right, Cody Rhodes is a corny guy. Let's call a spade a spade. He's corny. He's corny when he panders to the fans. He's corny when he gets mad. He's corny when he gets sad. He's corny when he's crying in the ring every 5 minutes. I'm tired of Cody. Unless you bring back Cody Rhodes, the heel from the Bullet Club, I don't care anymore. I would have loved to have seen Kevin Owens walk out as the undisputed champion. We knew that wasn't going to happen, but I would have loved to see Cody Rhodes lose that title because Cody Rhodes is not him, bro. Cody Rhodes is not him. And honestly, I don't think he ever will be. I understand that he's going to keep the title for a year. I hope it's over at WrestleMania. But if he faces John Cena at WrestleMania, I don't think he's going to lose at WrestleMania either. So I don't know.
Yes. And sorry for that typo, Doug. That was to you, that last comment. I thought this was very good. This exceeded my expectations for what it was, but it didn't change how I felt it going into it, the predictions for it. Cody and Kevin were brutal. Matt Lopez, I think he mentioned Ring of Honor, Ladder Wars. That's exactly the vibes I got from this, of Kevin doing spots on the side, Cody breaking pieces off, tributes to Wade Barrett. beat people with like a bottom rung on the ladder. Like, it was cool that they did some of that stuff. They tried to get a little unique here and a little different because they're not going to be doing all the flying craziness that people expect. Cody even did a tribute to his former tag team partner, Bob Holly, hit the Alabama Slam through the ladder that was bridged between the announce table and the ring apron.
Now, I'd be a hater if I didn't say the Alabama Slam wasn't dope. I mean, I'd be a hater I'm going to be real and say that was pretty cool. I'm not going to lie about that.
Well, Kevin felt a little bit differently about it. As you can see how he's folded up here. Yeah. That it looked awful. Sami Zayn came out. He did check on his friend. Cody went up to the top, and he achieved both of the championships. He celebrates in the ring. Woe with me, Sean. Whoa!
Oh, boy.
They gave him his moment. He's sitting up here. Hopefully he's going to keep one of these. I'm pretty sure I know which one he's keeping, though. And they'll put that other one back into retirement until they're ready to dust that thing off again. And I got heel vibes from this, Sean. I want your thoughts on this image here. That's Kevin bleeding. What is this? Is this a conquering face, or he looked a little heelish? I thought here.
This is him acting mad. Like I said, Cody. That's why. By the way, you deserve a little bit more clarification on my text message as well. When I called him corny Cody, it's that right there. He's so lovable with the babies and the women that when he gets mad, it's like, you ever see somebody get mad and it's like you're acting mad. Look how mad you are. But no, I'm really mad right now, Conrad. I know you're saying you're mad, but like, you're not really mad. I don't believe Cody Rhodes when he's mad, because Cody Rhodes has been so lovey and dovey and kissing babies and hugging grandmas that how can you believe him and take him seriously? I don't care if he beat the crap out of Kevin Owens. So he's not somebody that I respect on that level. I'm talking about from a character standpoint. I don't respect Cody Rhodes, the character, as the WWE champion. When Cody Rhodes gets angry and serious, I don't sense the character being someone that I would be like, yo, I'm going to hitch my wagon to this guy, somebody that's going to beat the crap out of somebody. It doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't. I like Cody Rhodes. It's dwindling. It's dwindling. I respect Cody Rhodes. I'll always respect Cody Rhodes. But there's something missing when it comes to this championship reign. I don't get excited when he comes out. The reactions are pretty much just babies and women, similar to John Cena. Not now. I'm talking about back in the day, John Cena. And because everybody loves John Cena now because he's on a farewell tour. I just want Cody Rhodes to change. I want Cody Rhodes to change. I want Cody Rhodes to you know what, Conrad? Turn on Jey Uso. Just beat the crap out of Jey Uso. Beat the crap out of CM Punk. Do something. Do something.
Did you see the promo from the end of Raw last week?
I did.
What did you think of Cody's promo? Like, he was crying a little bit. Like, I didn't know how to take him. He felt very weird. Like, he was like, oh, what now, Punk? You know what I mean? And then CM Punk laid into him. Like, I know where you're at, your title reign. 300 days. You're starting to realize you don't have any friends anymore because everyone starts to turn on you. That championship is a blessing and a curse. And he kind of went into it. And he was like, that's why, as your friend, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to stab you in the front. And I was just like, ooh. He said, I'm coming for you, and I'm taking the title from you.
And you see how that resonated? That's a perfect example. Did CM Punk have to yell and scream and be upset? And he didn't do that. But every time you see Cody when he gets mad, this is Cody Rhodes. You've pushed me farther than I'm willing to be pushed, Kevin Owens. And now you're going to see. You want me to cross lines? You want me to cross lines, Kevin Owens? You've crossed the line. What are you talking about? If you're going to kick his butt, kick his butt. We don't need a narration of the butt kicking. Shut up. We get it. You're angry. You're supposed to be angry. Do your thing. We don't need a narration of your anger. Every time for the past 3 weeks. How many lines has Kevin Owens crossed? If I hear he's crossed the line one more time, it'll be too many. Or better yet, you know what? You asked for this. Shut up. Shut up. It comes across forced. It comes across corny. Nobody believes you. It's corny. Just you know who I believe? I believe when Cody Rhodes would spit in people's faces when he was in Bullet Club and slap people in the crowd and be Cody Rhodes. He didn't have to do all this. Cody Rhodes in the Bullet Club didn't do a lot of talking. All Cody Rhodes does now is talk. Oh, Kevin Owens, you crossed the line. Kevin Owens, I used to be your friend. Kevin Owens, you're selfish. Shut up.
Cody always did talk, I thought, at least. Like that was one of the things I thought he did better in most things until they made him Stardust, which I was like, why did you take away the one thing he was pretty good at from him? But I don't know. Yo,
like every time Cody Rhodes talks, it's like yawn. I'm a good guy, but you keep pushing me over the edge. Now I got to beat you up because you keep pushing me to the limit. I don't want to be this guy, but you keep making me be this guy. Okay, CM Punk, you're going to stab me in the front. That means I got to make sure you don't stab me in the front. Oh, Kevin Owens, you're selfish. Kevin Owens, you have self-esteem issue. He talked about Kevin Owens having low self-esteem. What kind of promo is that? And the stupid, idiotic fans, yay! He talked about Kevin Owens' self-esteem. What a terrific promo. You don't love you're not mad at me, Kevin Owens. You're mad at you. You need to look in the mirror and realize that you're the one who's giving yourself the setbacks. It's not me.
Couldn't you say that they're trying to tell the story for kids though? Maybe that's the DX analogy to it. He's okay. You say stuff that will resonate with kids, and could that be his thought process? I'm just saying.
I hear you, but it's like, come on, man. Like this is getting a little weak now. I mean, every time you're coming out with your 7-piece suit every week. Okay, and you run to the ring and you're beating somebody up, but then you're mad and then you get kicked in the face by Sami Zayn, but you're talking about how you're going to win the ladder match at the Royal Rumble, and then you're looking over Kevin Owens, but you're saying you're not looking over. He talks out of both sides of his mouth every week. You do realize that, right? He talks out of both sides of his mouth every week. I'm not worried about Kevin Owens. I'm worried about WrestleMania. By the way, Kevin Owens, I'm going to kick your butt at the Royal Rumble. Shut up! Just stop talking.
Chris Leclerc says Roxanne will win a Royal Rumble someday. Could be.
Yes, she will.
A lot of people compare heel Cody to Homelander. They could do that. That's what I think. I think that's what AEW fans wanted too when he was there.
Rob, don't you dare, Rob.
Hold on. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go down to him because I want his clarification in 1 second on what he said. I do like Doug, and I forgot. Someone else said something about Bob Holly. I think it was Matt Lopez. They were like, Bob Holly should come back. Give me the title. Then what, Bob? I beat everybody. One of my favorite things I heard that Bob Holly said. Deanna says she wants darker Cody. She wants Cody to tap into the back of that mind and get into some of the issues. That face was the you asked for this face, or the you messed around and found out face with the victorious champ. I think Cody's turning into the paranoid champ that leads into a heel turn would help. Chris, one of the greatest promos in a while. CM Punk was honest and calm. Yeah, good point. Appreciate you, Crystal. Thank you for being in here. Let's see here. Yeah, cross the line. TNA. TNA. Cross the line. Remember when AJ quit and Cody hit him with the steps? Anyway, Cody's a hypocritical character.
He is.
Rob says it's exactly like what Cena did against Batista and did again with Miz. You guys are terrible. I believe Stardust more. Bullet Club Cody is cooler than WWE Cody Rhodes. Cody is just a talker like his father. It's natural for him and he's good at it. I think he's a great talker when he's focused.
Please. Cody Rhodes cannot lace, God rest his soul, his father's boots when it comes to promos. Are you kidding me?
Well, time out. That's he ain't stepping into the cowboy boots. Dusty Rhodes is one of the best of all.
No,
you said the greatest. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes is not even not on the level below Dusty Rhodes when it comes to promos.
I think Cody's really good on some of the promos, though, man. I know one that I can.
What about Cody's promos do you like, Conrad? What does he say when you like?
Can I tell you?
That was good.
Rob knows it already. What my favorite promo was by him. It was the one against Chris Jericho when they were building up to their match at what was that? Full Gear, I think, right?
No, we're talking about WWE.
Oh, well, dude, you're in a box, though, in that company. Like, I need to see it before you go out and say it. Okay. You know what I mean? Let's change this. Let's change that. It's different, too. I think he was better when he didn't have all those shackles on him. But you're not wrong in some of the stuff you're saying, too. Like, I remember that WrestleMania and the Woe with Me. Like, I get it. I get why you say some of it's corny. Or like what Jeff Hardy did feuding with Abyss. Hold on. To be fair, if I was 0-41 at the Rumble, I
have low self-esteem too. That was good, guy.
By the way, that's in reference to Punk cooking Kevin Owens on the SmackDown as well.
I got to give Guy Will Gim. That was pretty good. I'd have low self-esteem too.
Cody may be corny, but some say his departure from AEW is the start of their downslide.
I don't disagree, but both can be the same. Both can be both can be true. I mean, both can be true.
Or like when Triple H awakened Cactus Jack out of Foley, this is the classic back against the wall baby face. You're cherry picking because you don't like Cody.
No. Rob, you cannot possibly tell me you're comparing that ridiculous Cody Rhodes promo with one of the most epic evolutions of Mick Foley of all time. That was theater. That was cinema, as the kids like to say. You can't compare the two. I understand where you're coming with the comparison, Rob. I understand where you're going, and theoretically, you're making a lot of sense. But one hit like gangbusters, and one just did not. You cannot compare the two.
Michael, I hear you. We just finished wrapping up about Charlotte a little bit ago. Cody's a politician. That's his gimmick. I don't think that's the gimmick. I think it's known. Like I said, I could have had some comments back to who said it before about Cody. T-Ferg. I could have some comments about that, but I'm gonna leave that alone today. I'm gonna be good here. Cody's self-awareness is so off sometimes in promos. Yeah, he brought up that ended racism promo. That's an awful Cody promo, in my opinion. Awful. Let's not pretend that Cody's clap back on CM Punk about him chasing wasn't fired.
It was good, Kenny. It was good. It was
good. That's all everyone ever brings up, though. CM Punk does a main event. You know who Punk held back against? He could have came at Sami Zayn. He could have been like, yeah, you're never going to be world champion. I've been. See ya, bye. And that would have ended that whole promo.
See ya, bye.
Yeah, have fun. You can make jokes about not main event in WrestleMania. You main event at night one with 3 other people. So have fun. You know what I mean? Like, and listen, that doesn't mean Punk won't be in some 4-way triple threat, things like that. But I'm just saying he should have said something back to Sammy, but he kind of just let it be there.
Let it go, right?
Cody has been 0 for 8 on real clapbacks to KO. Kevin Owens' character is justified in this. Like, don't get it
100%. From a storyline, again, this is not real life. I'm not talking about Cody Rhodes, the human. I'm not talking about Cody Runnels. Yo, Cody Rhodes, the character, is a complete hypocrite. A complete hypocrite. It makes me sick. He is a Conrad. Look at me. He is a complete hypocrite. Oh my God. Like, you talk about talking out of both sides of your mouth. Kevin Owens is completely justified.
By the way, for the record, on Rob's comments too, there were LOLs at the end. So you got to watch Rob. So he says, I agree, Cody is corny right now, but I'm also a fan of his. I'm wary, but I'm a fan. I've been wary ever since the Agogo feud with how he presents himself. Yes, the end racism promo.
And I want to give credit to Rob. Now, Rob, you've shown yourself to be someone who is fair and shown yourself as someone who listens and understands both sides. So I respect it. I do not hate Cody Rhodes. I want Cody Rhodes to be better.
This guy Will Gamble's comment. I'm laughing at. I'm sorry. You guys are trying to mess me up. I'm laughing. Cody's getting cooked by a man who wears basketball shorts to work. Didn't Kevin not even want that title match last year? Crying emoji.
That's crazy.
Yo, you guys are wild, man. Listen. I hope that they figure out what's going to happen with Cody, and that's kind of what the next part of this is about to be about, Sean.
Let's go.
Men's Rumble match. Let's get into it. shocker of the night for people who hold on. I gotta get my little victory lap in. Predictability is bad. Now when you get something that's opposite, I saw people, oh no, not this. Remember what I said about Swerve, Sean? Oh, you didn't like that now. Oh, okay. So do you like predictability, or do you gotta find it? Or is it what you didn't want? Which one is it? So you gotta talk to people and figure out their reasoning. Let's start off, man. Number 1 and 2, they went lucha crazy in the beginning of this bad boy. We had Rey Mysterio and Pentagon. Shout out to Penta. He did have a little mishap on the outside that I have to acknowledge of his feet touching. I saw people calling him Sin Cara 3.0. Y'all cut that out. Cut that out. But yeah, he had some mishaps in there. They tried to do something with him in this. Jacob Fatu and Chad Gable in the homies. I gotta say this. I know Big Jim's in there. Chad Gable, Sheamus, who's that? Andrade in the corner there. Mm-hmm. Yo, Jacob Fatu and Braun Breaker were the first two like beasts in this match. They let them just annihilate people.
Cook.
Tozawa was supposed to come out at number 8. One of my favorite moments in this match. Tozawa was supposed to come out. Who clubbed him in the head? Carmelo
Hayes.
By the way, the first people out in the Women's Rumble, B-Fab, first person out in this Rumble, Carmelo Hayes. It's Black History Month, Triple H. It was day 1. You couldn't have booked anyone else to be the first person thrown out. And as soon as he had it, so if you wonder what my post was on X, what I said during Black History Month, really, that was what it was about. Why?
Touche.
Anyway, I won't even harp on that for too long. Carmelo takes out Tozawa. They gave him a little moment. I show Speed's backstage. I'm streaming at the Royal Rumble. He's back there. Then Triple H goes, Speed, get out there. You're in the Rumble. All right, cool. He goes out. He tries to dump people over. No one's falling for it. And then Otis is over there with Braun Breaker. He dumps him. He's like, I got it. Big Otis goes to the ground. He looks pretty upset. He's happy. Any one of us would be happy, right? Let's do a backflip. He does a backflip. And Braun Breaker starts hitting the ropes. And I'm talking like NXT Braun Breaker hitting the ropes at 100 miles per hour. Sean.
He obliterated him.
The Giants and the Bills should both be looking at this man for what he did. Yes. He destroyed this. Look at this young man, bro. Right on the back part of his leg there, he's about to lose all that skin when he lands off of that leg.
He obliterated him. I mean, that was a massive collision.
Like, bro, this is all you needed to see. this is all you saw after it happened. This man went down. Game over. I loved it. It was a great moment. It was unbelievable.
Shout out to Speed. Speed. I mean, I don't know if he knew what he was getting when he got that Braun Breaker spear, but like he signed up for it, so salute to him. But that was a spear from the depths of darkness, bro.
I loved after when he got interviewed, he's like on crutches and his like shoes backwards on his foot, and he's just like, "Did it hurt? Yeah, it hurt.
Yeah, it hurt.
Yeah, come on."
Calling out Mark Henry for next year's Royal Rumble.
Oh my goodness!
Like, come on, dude. Get more familiar with the product, dude.
Mr. Sue said, "First Rumble match, let it slide." I'm trying, man, but they could have did something. Oh, here we go. Come on now. Y'all being mean for Penta. Maybe that's who it was for, too, that you were talking about. Mello didn't miss on that. No.
He certainly did not.
Tozawa got knocked out. Braun was the MVP for that portion. Jacob was a monster. I love it. Jacob Fatu was just crushing people. This guy, I'm telling you now, Sean, this guy is a star. And I love that they even did the little tease with the face-off with him and Braun Breaker.
Oh, yeah.
That might be one of your main events in the future. I still think you got to get Carmelo in that mix, but that might be your match right there.
Predicted Roman versus Jacob in a WrestleMania main event.
It could happen. I'm telling you. Watch this guy. Watch him. He said, "You think they both touched for real?" Watched it back. It looked like he may have only had one. I don't know, man. I saw some people slow it down and both feet touched. What did you think, Sean?
Both his feet definitely touched.
Sean said that like it was the Rocket 2000. We clearly can see your feet.
100%. 100%.
Yo, crazy! It's crazy, Kyra. I didn't even realize that. Speed got an elimination. Yeah, yes. When's the I Show Speed Memorial Show? With his booking lately, Mello about to adopt the Foley's old saying, "I'm not him, but I'm pretty good."
I love it.
We were watching an old show yesterday, and he said that. I'm like, yeah, it's about to be Carmelo.
Nice.
Y'all forgot how Triple H acted towards. No, we didn't forget any of that. Trust me. Tonight's about grace. I want you to know that. Slightly, like we're just trying to be graceful with some of the stuff we're saying. I'm not trying to fully take a dump on all the wrestlers that were on this show either.
We're being gracious. We're being gracious.
That spear made Speed's inclusion worth every second. I will agree. When Triple H said we need another guy, I wanted a hand to reach out, and you hear Matt Cardona say, "I'm always ready." That would have been funny too if I heard that. Always. By the way, I didn't give Chelsea Green enough props. She did a great job in the Women's Rumble. Now that you brought up Matt Cardona, and I'm sorry I had to do it like that, but she did great. She took a massive beating, by the way, at one point during that when she got surrounded by everybody.
Thanks.
Yeah. Joe Hendry. Is this the real Joe Hendry in our chat? Say his name and he appears, because you knew what was coming up next, didn't you? You came out. Joe Hendry made his way out there with the double claps. Hold on, let me take that down real quick. Y'all got to see that TNA title, because that's why they gave it to him. Get out there with it. London, Paris. Listen, it's crazy right now what ended up happening with him. Joe Hendry went out there. He hit the standing ovation. I believe that's on Miz right there, right? Yeah, Miz. Sorry, Miz. These days it's kind of tough to know. So he hits the standing ovation on him. And after that, the next person who came out was the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. He was playing no games tonight. And, you
ready?
Nah. You know why I was mad about that one? Welcome to the big leagues, Joe Hendry. Like, they disrespected.
I heard.
Did you notice? Yeah. Good job, Michael. Welcome to the big leagues, guy. You're here now. And I'm just like, why did you have to say that? Why did you have to say it? You work with TNA.
Just stop being hate. Like, you're right. They have a relationship now. Why are you gonna knock them? I don't get it.
Man, I'm telling you, Joe Hendry, thank you for popping in. McKinney said men deserves a Rumble deserves so many spots. So many of the moments were great. Bronze and Reigns were epic.
Yep.
How do y'all feel about Drew's elimination and the drama after that? Oh, we're about to get into that.
Oh, my God.
Hold on. We have some breaking news. This is in sports. Miles Garrett. Rams are now actively shopping Cooper Kupp and are working with him to find the right fit for him. Watch it be the Chiefs. Shaking my head. Please don't.
But I wouldn't be surprised.
Right?
Yeah, Chelsea Green is starting to act like Chelsea Green is starting to become her. She's growing on me.
Cardona Matt in the chat. Chelsea should have won. All good. We got some famous people popping in. I appreciate you guys.
My guy Derek.
Yeah. What's good, D? Appreciate you, man. DJ Whiteout. Get out of here, Derek. Slightly, we also mentioned that De'Aaron Fox trade too when we were talking our NBA talk in the early goings of the pod here. Yeah, what are we in? We're in the third if you're a Bloodline fan. Roman Reigns did his thing. I even like that they let Braun Breaker spear him.
Oh yeah,
and Roman then threw him out, but he sold it like a G. Like they're telling you, Sean, that they are going with this guy. Like he's probably already been told.
Why do you think I want Jey Uso to have his moment now? Because he ain't gonna get it next year. It's over. Like it's about to be Braun Breaker's time for a long time.
That's a fact, G. That's a fact. AJ Styles made his return, and he had the music back.
Old music, yes, sir.
They don't want none.
Nope.
They don't want none.
Nope.
Man, could you imagine? Get ready to fly. I am.
That's almost as good as turn it up.
We sing on this show.
Oh man!
Happy Black History Month for y'all.
Only problem with the Royal Rumble, we didn't hear the LWO music, man. See it up, Rito.
Matt Lopez said he was shocked Omos didn't come out.
No,
Yeah.
no New Day either.
Well, I think that was done on purpose so that they have something to complain about.
Right.
John Cena was out next. He came out. He had look at that shirt. The Colts Cena fans had to cop this.
With all the shirts that John Cena has had that I've made fun of, that shirt is hard though. I'm not gonna lie. That they got that one right.
He's gonna be having them. He's gonna be having
that shirt at the Rumble was fire. I'm not gonna lie.
I had a couple friends who moved from Buffalo that were like, "Are you going to Raw by any chance, March 3rd? Because I was going to ask you if you could get me a Cena shirt." I'm like, "Come on, dog. I can't afford that. The ticket price is still times 5 of where they should be." But the hits kept coming in. Sean, you had Punk, Seth. You name the names. They were after 15. It was on. Like it was on. We ended up in the ring with Punk, Roman, Cena looking at each other. And at this point in the match, you're like, everyone's down. It's got to be one of these three. What are they doing? They start beefing. They start brawling. Then you got Seth and Roman. They're getting into it. I hate you. Yep. Let's fight. And they're over there. And Seth looks like he's about to go out. And what does Phil Brooks do? Both of you get out. Dumps them both out of the ring. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, it's CM Punk. It's going to come down to Punk and Cena in my mind. This is what I'm thinking. It's Punk or Cena now, for sure. Logan Paul.
Look at your face.
Logan Paul dumps him out. And we're going to go back to the Drew thing in 1 second. And these guys
by the way, I just want you guys to see my reactions as when Roman this is when I start thinking to myself, is Jey Uso still in this match? This is when I start thinking to myself, wait a minute. Is Jey Uso in the final 3?
Well, we're before we get to that, let's go back because someone did ask us. I think it was likely about the Drew McIntyre elimination. He was in there with Priest and them still. Yep. So this is before they eliminated him. Right. How did you feel about so there's rumors circulating that Drew was mad that someone was hogging the spotlight. He's never said who.
I don't know who he's talking about, but yes, there's definitely something out there where he's mad about that.
Is it LA Knight? Some people say it's LA Knight. Some people are saying it's someone else. Some people are saying it's Logan Paul. I don't know who, but there was a miscommunication here because Drew's elimination just got ruined. That you missed it because they're in the ring trying to do another spot to get to it, and something went wrong or sideways with all of it.
Well, it wasn't Damian Priest's fault.
No, but so I went back and looked. I'm going to give a shout out to our good friends at Dirt Sheet Radio. They had a breakdown of it, and Priest's face was mad as well afterwards. After the elimination, him and Drew were supposed to have that moment, and you see him gritting his teeth, looking at him, and Drew's looking like he's shocked, but at the same time, I think they're both like, yo, what just happened to our moment?
Right.
Whose fault that was, I don't know. Honestly, I don't care either. But we're here. They did that. This looks like the feuds for the SmackDown side of things. I'm telling you, I know people don't want to hear that.
I mean, I like the idea of Drew versus Priest. It's just, I'm sad to hear that might have been a botch. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And by the way, someone mentioned Finn. Finn came out to rap music, and Clown said it before. No one knows who any of these themes are. It's so sad. It's not like you used to hear the guitar riff and you knew instantly when you heard da 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 da. Sean already knows who I'm talking about as soon as I said it. Or if you hear dun 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 dun. Nowadays, what do we got here?
It's they're 8 verses in, and you're still trying to figure out who it is.
Role model. Who is this? Who's coming out? And I shouldn't disrespect Bailey. Hers is one of the more recognizable ones, but you have to put words in front of it to know who it is. You know what I mean?
You literally be like, I'm Roman Reigns.
Yo, Doug said, I'm trying to eat. Thank you, Sean, for the laugh. I knew it was coming as soon as you said the LWO. Yeah.
No problem, brother. But no, you're right, though. I got you, Dougie. But it's I'm Roman Reigns. This is my song. Paul Heyman stands beside me. Or Or better yet, John Cena sucks. no, John Cena got a massive ovation.
Bro, they didn't give none of that. So,
Yeah.
all right, we'll jump back into it. By the way, Finn eliminating Penta. What are we doing? I see some of the complaints with this match, and I get some of them. Like some of them, I do feel are justified. Like we had Finn Balor eliminate Penta, and I don't mean that as disrespect. It's how he's been booked, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
okay, that's a choice. Seth Rollins went crazy afterwards on the outside. This is before the double stomp was hit. Yo, he stomped Roman's head with 2 feet like he was in Mario Brothers. You can't do stuff like this, bro. You can't.
Yo, big shout out to Paul Heyman. It's like, you're gonna kill him.
CM Punk and him go face to face, and Roman was just yelling at Punk, I just tagged with you. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And then they start beefing, so it turns into like a 3-way fight, man. It was unbelievable. Then Roman's getting up, and he was like, back on the steps, down you go. I don't know where, Sean, do you have an idea of where this is going between these three top names that could have won?
It's not going to be a triple threat match because triple threat matches I've always thought are dumb when there's no title on the line. So it's going to be some semblance of one of the 2 of the 3 going at it, and the other one's going to be the odd man out facing somebody else. I mean, look, you got to remember there's other elements to this. Drew McIntyre's an element to this, even though it's probably looking like Damian Priest. Sami Zayn's an element to this. You got to think about that. I personally think it's going to be the long-awaited return of Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. I think we're going to get Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That's what I think.
Okay.
Because I'm not counting on The Rock. I mean, if The Rock comes back, all bets are off. But I'm not counting on The Rock.
Logan Paul also did eliminate AJ Styles. Good point, Matt. Crystal saying that they did say it was LA Knight whose fault it was. CM Punk blasted KO about being beat up by Logan Paul. Now Logan Paul eliminated Punk from his WrestleMania dream.
Good point.
LA Knight was at fault. Now Drew is supposedly angry that he has a nothing match for WrestleMania. Bro, I don't know what to tell you. People are talking about the music. The rap for them remind me of that rap album they tried. Whose theme is this?
Yo, when Damian Priest comes out, his music is All Rise. And then the next line is, in case you don't know who this is, it's Damian Priest.
Y'all are bugging. Malik Murray says he thinks it's going to be a 4-way for the WWE title.
WWE title. Oh, okay.
Wait, so who was the guy who Chad Gable needed help from with the Luchadors? I believe it might be someone who was a former NXT champion, we'll just say. That's just my guess. Does a great spinning back kick. She said, Crystal said, I hate triple threat matches. I have a bad feeling Punk facing Logan Paul. I don't know. We're going to find out tonight, I think. If you're Seth or Punk, you better hope they face Roman because Roman is main eventing. Give me, oh my goodness, I'm out on that note. So going back into it. So who's left in the ring? Not many, right? We get some eliminations going. John Cena turns into Super Cena. It's Logan Paul, Jey Uso, and John Cena in the final 3. And everyone's like, all right, well, they can't be serious by having Logan Paul go. There's no way Cena's winning this. And Cena's getting him set up. Jay slides off. He was like, super kick for y'all. He super kicks Logan Paul. He falls off. John Cena's like, it's time, baby. I remember how to do this. I remember how to make sure people ain't winning matches. Clothesline over the top. Logan Paul, Gonzo. Then it comes down to the final moments here. John Cena and Jey Uso, they get on the apron, they battle. Cena looks like he can barely walk. Look at them shoes. Look at that indent in that left shoe right there. That's that toe. That toe might be bleeding.
Yes, sir.
Cena can't hold him. He can't hold him. Jey Uso gets down and pushes Cena off, and John Cena looks like he done pooped the bed. He was like, what just happened? And you hear it, it's just me, Uso. And everybody's like, did they really just do this?
Yep.
Did they really? Like, to me, this is the most shocking moment since like Santino came up and you thought he might throw out Alberto Del Dipshit for being in that Rumble, bro. I was in shock, bro. They didn't do it with Santino, but Jey Uso, they had throw out John Cena. And all I could think about was Sean. As soon as I see him flying, the little feet in the air, I was like, Sean called me. We went crazy for Sean. Sean, it was amazing. What was your feeling at that exact moment? Like, be honest here.
I mean, I lost my mind, man. I mean, this is the most invested I've been in a character in WWE since Booker T. You know, I just now I'm still at a loss for words, bro. Like, he deserves this, bro. He deserves this, and I'm so ecstatic that finally this brother gets his just due, man. Like, honestly, like, and then Cena puts him over. Cena gives him the rub after the match. Like, it's like, yo, like Jey Uso's the man now. Like, at least for the next couple months, Jey Uso is the man. And it's like, I've known it this whole time, but I came to the realization that WWE is probably never going to give him the chance. And you just knew that when John Cena did not fall off the ring, when Jey Uso hit him with that super kick, that it was absolutely over. That him dangling his, I believe it was left foot or right foot off the end of the ring and almost falling, that was as close as Jey Uso was going to get. But I had a feeling when Jey Uso got picked up for the FU or for the attitude adjustment, I was like, Jey Uso's gonna win. Like, because John Cena, like, you could just see Jey Uso dangling his feet and then like maneuvering himself back into the ring. And I swear, when John Cena fell off the ring after Jey Uso it was like slow motion for me. It was like slow motion. It was literally like, yo, I cannot believe that my guy just won the Royal Rumble. It's one of the, as a fan, journalist, whatever you want to call me, which is the reason why there's so many people that reached out to me. And the overall consensus that I've gotten from people like Guy Will Gamble and Quilly and M. Leezy for Sheezy and, you know, obviously Conrad and, you know, Jesse and James, the consensus was more like, yo, Sean, we did it. Like, we did it. Like, we, you know, Deanna, like, we did it. Like, it was almost like people finally, like, people are starting to see what I've been talking about for the past 18 months. This is not just about a character winning a championship. By the way, he hasn't won the championship yet, so let's pump our brakes a little bit. But Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble, it was like, yo, this one's for the hood, bro. This one's for the people that pull themselves up from the mud. This one's for the underdog. Like, finally it happened. So, I mean, I'm thrilled. I still have doubts that maybe he might end up losing the match at WrestleMania. I don't know. But for this moment in time, and at least from now until April 19th, I am on cloud nine. I am thoroughly excited. And I share in this. Like, I know it kind of sounds corny because it's like, yo, you don't know Jey Uso. Jey Uso doesn't know me. But, like, for y'all, like, who've gotten a chance to know me, y'all know this means something to me. Conrad knows this means something to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the outpouring of, like, legit love that I got on Twitter that night was like Jocelyn, like, with her husband, like, yo, this one's for Hub. Like, M. Leezy for Sheezy, this is for Hub. Like, McKinney was like, yo, Hub, this one's for you. It means the world to me, bro. And it brings me back to a time where, like, I finally feel passionate about World Wrestling Entertainment again. No, I'm not jumping on the Triple H bandwagon because, for all I know, Jey Uso might lose to Gunther at WrestleMania. I don't know what's going to happen. But on February 1st, 2025, I'm a happy person.
Can you at least give Triple H's creative credit, though, at this point?
I'm not going to give him but so much credit because, I mean, he made the right decision. I think it's fantastic what he did. But there's been rumors been circulating that this has been the plan since December. I don't believe that. I don't believe that Triple H has had in his mind that Jey was going to win the title since the end of last year. I mean, win the Royal Rumble since the end of last year. It could be the case. But
that Saturday night's main event match seems more like strategic than now.
No, of course
not. To make you not believe that he was going to win. Like,
hindsight being 2020, yeah, absolutely. But you know what? Also, hindsight being 2020, there's a very strong possibility that Triple H changed his mind at the last minute and then said that this was the plan the entire time. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, if I had to bet the house, I would say that Triple H and his team decided that morning that Jey Uso was going to win the Royal Rumble.
Maybe. It could be that.
I mean, literally, because you know what? It seems equally as plausible that Jey Uso being the last one eliminated and then coming out tonight on Raw and saying, I came this close. I came this close. I don't know what, but it worked out. It worked out. And honestly, I've seen the numbers on YouTube. You know, the WWE posted a video of Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble, and there was more dislikes than likes. But you know what? Charlotte. Yeah, but there were also, thank you, Conrad. There were also more dislikes than likes for the Charlotte thing too. So, no, I'm not jumping on the Triple H bandwagon. And I'm gonna wrap this up. No, I'm not jumping on the Triple H bandwagon. I'm happy he made the decision he made. I just think that we should see more of things like this. I think we should see more authentic, heartfelt moments. I think Deanna talked about it. This is Kofi Kingston 2019, Daniel Bryan 2014 to me.
And she said better.
Oh, well.
To reiterate her opinion. No, I just want to make sure we don't get it twisted for her.
Right. So
Clown said it felt like when Mankind won the title on Raw. Listen, Derek can say whatever. I know Derek's not feeling it. Derek was the first one who called him winning. Derek's like, Jey Uso's winning it. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, Derek said No, but Derek's not a fan of.
No, I know he's not. I know he's not happy. He's see one thing. I want to talk about this too for a couple seconds, Conrad, if I may. There's a difference between like, I don't think Jey Uso deserves to be world champion compared to, Jey Uso sucks. Jey Uso only has like 5 moves. Bruh. Some of the greatest wrestlers in the history of the business only have 5 moves. How many moves did Hulk Hogan have? How many moves did John Cena have?
He did a drop toe hold in New Japan.
Right, that's true. How many moves did they have? Like, just think about it. How many moves does Brock have? Like, come on, man. Like, stop.
Well, I've told people I have a big argument with him too, because I know he can do more. I know he can, and he just chooses not to. It's how they get down with it. Guy will gamble and all them. Jay deserves it. Tell him, Vinny. They're going in here. Who wins Money in the Bank? I think it's too early to call right now. Malik Murray, nobody predicted this. I'm not even ready to think about Money in the Bank right now. I'm worried about the Chamber at this point. E said they listened to the fans. Yeah. Like I said, I think, Sean, you got 2 things that you've wanted from Jey Uso in less than a 365-day calendar cycle in pro wrestling. I'm going to play alternate critic, though. I do understand some people's complaint. I know some people are like, it's because it wasn't what you wanted, blah, blah, blah. I know people who were like, I thought, you go with Roman, you had this, you had Seth, you wasted all of this stuff. So what does it tell you? Like, what did you do? I get some people being mad about it. And here's another fear that I have, at least. This could be a safety net. If The Rock comes back, you could take this from Jey Uso.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what happened with Cody last year. Oh, well, we'll have Rock just take it from him. I hope they don't do that, because I think people will riot again. I know they think it won't happen, but now they've all but said, like, no, we ain't going for that.
Let me tell you something, Conrad. One thing about me, as passionate as I've been about the Usos, and by the way, big shout out to Jimmy. I want the same for Jimmy. It's just Jimmy's not hitting like Jay right now. But if you think that I believe it's a foregone conclusion that Jey Uso is going to be standing in WrestleMania in Las Vegas with that title over his head with pyro blasting in the sky, if you think that I think that's a foregone conclusion, you are wrong. I am very concerned. Immediately after my exuberance with Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble came the reality of the situation. Jey Uso could lose this match. And to your point, Jey Uso may not even make it to this match. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that Jey Uso, I hope they finish the story. But there's a chance he may not. It may not be. I mean, you never know.
They could pull that bullshiggity lever at any time, as I like to call it. Here it comes.
But I will say this though, Jey Uso they can never take away from him that he won the Royal Rumble.
Right. You talk about being a person who loves resumes.
Yeah.
There it is for you.
Exactly.
Stop saying cinema. I just saw McKinney write it in the chat. Stop it. Stop it with that word. Big Jim for a U.S. title run. I think that could happen too. If you've been paying attention to what Nakamura, he's been following him.
Yep.
Maybe they go with Jimmy for something too. Yeah. If they tried to have Rock take it, there will be a major backlash. I say worse than Cody. I think so.
I think so too.
It's all love, McKinney. Logan Paul at 30, we can't scroll past that. I think it was just less for him to remember too when they did that. But listen, for Jey Uso, I'm not as mad as some people. I love.
Give it to me, Conrad.
I love CM Punk. I'm CM Punk's top fan. Like Sean loves Jey. I'm CM Punk's guy like that. But I'm not mad at this. CM Punk is going to be fine. That's because I know that. I'm good. Roman Reigns will be fine. Seth Rollins is going to be fine. They're going to eat tomorrow. Trust me. Jey Uso, this is like, this is what he's going to tell his kids about. Like when his son was in the ring with him, I thought that was the coolest thing that he got to experience. His son's older now, and it was like, man, look at this. My dad's almost in his 40s. Or I don't know how old Jey Uso is.
Jey Uso's 39 years old.
Well, he's around our age. You know what I mean? And it's like, this dude's hitting the peak of his career right now. Like, could you imagine? Did anyone ever think when they were out there doing the stuff with Tamina and the Hearts with Natalia? Well, that was when they started getting raw. But they didn't have any of that. Like, and look at them now. Like, that just shows, if you do the work, something could happen for you. And that's what we love about pro wrestling. This is the underdog story. This is why I love Sami Zayn. It's the underdog story. Sami Zayn, leftover. You know what I mean? Like, am I ever going to get that world title? It's there. But Jey Uso has the chance to do something great here. So I like what they did. We know Royal Rumble weekend. We got the mug shots. We got everything. How do you grade this at the end? I don't know. All I know is you got one winner who I thought was the easy layup, and you got a surprise one. And I was like, you know what? I'm cool with both of these. Like, I'm not upset. I understand if people want to complain and they say like you wasted big moments. You only have but this. I'm not interested in Mania. I get it. If Jey Uso's not your guy, I totally get it. But for my friend right next to me, who I do this show with, we've done 127 episodes, and I've done more with him than that. Like, I'm happy to see this dude get his moment. Like, anytime I hear, like, I'm a Jey Uso fan, I'm like, I know a real Jey Uso fan, though, from the beginning. He was trying to convince me, and I'm like, some of the things Sean says, man, you can't deny. Number one merch seller. You had to go for it, man. His son will be in it 20 to 30 years. War Hero, you might be right, man. Jey Uso's 142 years old.
He's getting up there. He's 39.
Yeah. I could see Jay's son at lunch today. My dad won the Rumble. Yo, let him go.
I'm just thrilled that we got something that we wanted. I mean, like even the Conrad Cushman
Guy Will Gamble's the best. They got so many episodes they had to stop numbers. Yeah, we can't even. We got more episodes than Eric Bischoff has winning weeks with Nitro in a row.
The cool part, and I'm gonna leave it at this. The coolest part about this for me was all you guys that are watching right now. Y'all, between Conrad and you guys, I'm so thankful. Let me tell y'all why, man. Because I don't know when it was, whether it was show 50, show 100, all the way up to. There was some point in each and every one of your minds, Conrad, you too, where you guys wanted this for me. You may not have thought Jey Uso deserved to be world champion or deserved to be in the world championship picture, certainly not winning a world. You may not have believed that, but Guy Will Gamble, Sir Quills, McKinney, M. Leezy Fashizi, Deanna, Jocelyn, BJ, Rob, there came a point in time where y'all were like, you know what? I want this for Hubs. So I'm very happy.
Listen, I'm going to try and move through this pretty quickly. I know we saw the Joe Hendry picture and all that. Announced during the show, Clash in Paris, France, Sunday, August 31st. I wonder what's going to be happening a week before. Put 2 and 2 together. Forbidden Door, London, 20. I'm just putting it out there. August 24th, 2025. Pay attention to some of the moves that are being made, folks. Also, Evolve premiering March 5th at 8 Eastern time on Tubi. If you don't know what comes on those days, March 5th is a Wednesday. Dynamite. We'll be having a review 10:15. Make sure you're there for me and Derek. We'll be talking about this amazing Dynamite lineup that we have coming up. I'm looking forward.
They're not even trying to hide it. They're doing it so it's like right in your face.
Yeah. They know what they're doing. And real quick, I'm just trying to get through everything I said we would talk about on this, but we went overtime. But it was worth it though for Sean and Jey Uso and the Rumble talk. Dark Side of the Ring season 6 has been announced. Sean, check out some of these. Tell me what catches your interest as I go through them. Hell in a Cell,
of course.
Big Van Vader,
exciting.
Tony Atlas, get your shoes ready.
I'm moderately excited about that.
Ludwig Borga,
intrigued.
I definitely want to see that. Billy Jack Haynes,
moderately.
He's in some legal trouble now. Hot Stuff, Eddie Gilbert.
A lot of backstory with that. I want to hear about that.
That's gonna be about the wrestler and the booker side. Superstar Billy Graham,
because of the drama with WWE. Yep.
Daphne,
interested.
The Original Sheik, historic. And Muhammad Hassan.
Very interesting. I like this lineup. Very interesting.
Dark Side of the Ring's got it, man. I'm looking forward to those. Maybe me and Sean will cover something if we think it's interesting enough. I know we did cover some of that WCW, Who Killed WCW. Dark Side of the Ring, always a good topic, always something fun for us to delve into. No Mercy would have been fire.
No merci. I know how to say that. No merci.
No mercy. Facts. Do it. Hashtag do it for Hubs.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate you.
Yeah. See, I just want you to be patient about Jey Uso, Hub. Yeah, Triple H shows us he likes the long ball.
Yeah. McKinney, you're my dog, man. I appreciate. Do you really think this was Triple H's plan all along? Do you really believe? I mean, look. I don't mind being wrong. Look, my guy just won the freaking Royal Rumble. I'm cool. But do you really believe this was Triple H's plan the whole time? We were debating back and forth about we thought whether or not Triple H was going to do the Intercontinental and he changed his mind to give him the 28 days. Conrad, McKinney too, Conrad, do you think this was really Triple H's plan the entire time?
I don't know.
The entire time, this whole time.
No, not from the beginning. No.
Okay.
No. But the Intercontinental, I told you, I thought he was going to get that IC championship. Now this Rumble thing, never have I said.
Look at Quilly. Quilly's like, absolutely not. I don't. There's no way. There's no way that. Okay, you know what? Let's wrap this up with this, bro. Give me. I'll be graceful with you. Give me a month. Chat, if you want to rock with this, you can, no problem. But Conrad, give me a month where you think Triple H decided that Jey Uso would win the Royal Rumble.
February.
February, during breakfast, he was like, you know what? I'm tired of all these tweets and...
I think he liked the idea. No one will see this coming. No one will see it coming. And
I mean, if you're telling me, not you, I'm talking about in general. If you're telling me that you think that, because this is some of the rumors I read online, that Triple H had this in mind from the summer. Summer?
Nah.
No way.
I mean, I'm sure he's a name that you had to bat around. Remember what I told you? When you're in the room, sometimes it's like, well, what if? What if we did this? You got to consider it. But listen, Sean, take us on out of here, bro. Take us on out, and we're going to let y'all get to watching Raw. We got less than 60 seconds. Go ahead.
Well, look, I'm really excited about Clash of the Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Me and Conrad are doing our thing. The chat is just phenomenal. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you check out Conrad and Derek this coming Wednesday night, 10 p.m. as they review AEW Dynamite. They are doing a tremendous job in keeping the momentum going. I think it's a wonderful thing. Make sure you check them out. Make sure you check Hubbard Wrestling Weekly out for Hubbardonomics. No specific day, but I'm thinking about making Friday the day that I drop Hubbardonomics regularly. Don't hold me to that, but I think I might every Friday, maybe evening time before SmackDown, might be Hubbardonomics Day. Keep a lookout for that. And, of course, always be right here on Monday, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time, myself and the one and only Conrad Cushman. Check out EPW updates. Check out Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. Check out the website, hwweekly.com. A lot of good stuff over there. Check out both of our stores, Conrad on TeePublic, me on, help me out, Conrad. I'm forgetting where my stores are. Threadless, thank you so much. That being said, man, on behalf of my good friend and tag team partner, Conrad Cushman, my name is Sean Hubbard. This is going to be a fun road to WrestleMania. All I know is that for the next at least 3 months, my guy is the guy. That being said, God bless, be encouraged. Evil never prevails. Yeet.